Okay, what I would like to say right now at this class, because there's so much material being covered that when we do the chakra part of the class, do not ask questions during this class. I will answer whatever questions you have, but it's gonna have to be after the class. I would suggest that you write down what I'm gonna say about the chakras, because that's not gonna be covered on the classes. Except for maybe the higher chakras, some of the material will be covered by them. So, because there's so much material from years and years and years, I had to go back and find out exactly what I wanted to convey that will be the most help to you at this time. Chakras need to be balanced in order for them to, for you to be clear, emotionally, physically, and mentally. A lot of times we go through things and we don't know how to get rid of the emotions. That will be a class that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. But you will need to do the. Excuse me for a second. My computer went crazy.
Oh.
Okay.
Hi, Martha.
What I would like. Did you tell me to hold on?
No.
Okay. So I was saying that the chakras, we need to, they're very important for the work we're doing, and we need to be clear and we need to be balanced emotionally, physically, mentally. We have the idea that we just can do something and start declaring things, but if you're not clear and if you're not balanced, you're not accomplishing anything. So this is the first thing you need to know. Your chakras need to be balanced in order for you to act accordingly. So there will be no questions during this class. I'm at the end of the class, if you want to stay and ask me questions, that is fine, but we have too much to cover. Okay, so I wanted to start with the chakras because that's the most important part of the fifth dimension, because you're bypassing the physical, but you cannot bypass the physical if your physical body is not in alignment. Okay, so I'm gonna start with chakra number 1. Chakra number 1, and the only thing I'm gonna tell you is what it's there for and how to what creates problems. Okay, the first chakra is the root chakra. I'm not gonna go over the locations either because that has that was given to you on the paperwork that Virginia sent the link to. So I'm not covering that either. An unbalanced chakra, when you have your root chakra, which is at the base between your genitals and your anus, the perineum. What is that, Virginia? Perineum, or I cannot hear you.
I believe it's perineum. And
Okay,
but you can also say the end of the spine, at the base of the spine.
At the end of the base of the spine? Okay. So when you're having problems here, you have low energy, low self-esteem, and you usually have either constipation or diarrhea. That's the physical, that is the physical points of that. If you have If something's off with your root chakra, that's the physicality. That's what's going to happen. Once it is balanced by the letters and the chanting that we do during meditation, I mean, not during meditation, during the chakra toning, then you start to balance them. And what you need to know about this is once it's balanced, then you have instead of being low energy and low self-esteem, now you are balanced, and so now you're confident and you're full of energy. Okay, chakra number 2. Remember, no questions. Chakra number 2. When you are unbalanced on chakra number 2, you feel like you have lost your creativity and you can't find solutions and you're in despair because you are unsure, you're in fear. Once it is balanced with the correct toning and the correct posture and all that, what happens, also another thing that happens, you have a very low sex drive. So once it is balanced, I always have great ideas and I always know which way to go. I am empowered to know my way. Let me know if I need to stop, if in case you're not writing down, because you do need to write this. This will not be repeated again. So chakra number 3 has a lot to do with willpower. Willpower, usually when you feel like you don't have that power, you feel angry, helpless, and you cannot finish tasks or even communicate. When you are balanced, once you balance yourself with the toning, then you by that point then you're organized and you can accomplish your dreams because you're clear and you're balanced and there's nothing impeding you from completing your tasks. But once again, these chakras have to be balanced. Okay, somebody put something out there. Somebody keep up with the I cannot go back during the class today.
I'll
There's
help.
too much material to cover.
Yeah. I can fill her in.
Okay. But I mean, you are also going to need to write what I'm saying because you don't have this information either. So what I'm suggesting, Liliana, go back after this class gets loaded into YouTube and look at the beginning of the class. You didn't miss hardly anything. The only thing you missed that was we started at chakra number 1 and you were already sitting down. Okay. So you're angry and helpless and hopeless and you can't finish your tasks on chakra number 3, which is the solar plexus. And with that chakra, once it's balanced, you're going, I am organized. I can accomplish my dreams and I can do what I need to do and what I want to do. Chakra number 4 is the heart chakra. I am heartbroken. I feel low self-esteem. I feel unloved. My relationships are broken. And also it's a very good indicator of fear of intimacy, fear of relationships. So once this chakra is balanced, you start acknowledging I am love. I am loved and I am loving. Fifth chakra, I cannot express. I feel like I cannot explain myself. I have thyroid issues. Once this chakra is balanced, I express myself freely. Chakra number 6 is the third eye. The third eye is the intuitiveness, but it also, when you're not into this chakra, then you feel indecisiveness, confusion, nightmares, poor insight, not clear because you don't want to see. And that's the only reason that your chakra would be blocked, because you do not want to see. So once it is balanced, and then you say, I am calm and I can solve my problems. I am clear. I want to see. I'm not afraid of seeing what is happening. Chakra number 7 is your crown chakra. When we are blocked in that chakra, we feel loneliness, like we're apart, like nobody can understand us. We seem to be in this bubble that we will leave. It's a belief that, unless you were in this situation, you could not understand what is happening here. You have a tendency to isolate, not because you really want to be in the midst of things, but you believe that it's a self-belief that you are not, that nobody can understand your life. It has to do with loneliness. It deals with loneliness, depression, anxiety, confusion, and apathy. I am going to repeat that. It deals with loneliness, depression, anxiety, confusion, and apathy. once you do the toning, it's important that you tone every day. It's important that you follow through every day. I don't care if you're in the bathroom, if you're in your car driving, you know, take a tone and tone it wherever you feel that there's a discomfort or something that is happening with you. Okay, and once the chakra is balanced, then you feel that you are at peace. I am at peace. The reason that the 7 chakras, I had to explain them to you in the way that I do, is so you can go forward in the chakras that now anything from the 6th chakra to the ones above, they're all about intuition. And you will start having more intuitive experiences and more, but like I said, you have to be balanced if you want to do it correctly, otherwise you're going to be freaking out. Chakra number 8. Chakra number 8 is called the grounding chakra. The grounding chakra, you already have a column going from your root chakra all the way up. You already open all of the centers for you to receive information from your guides, your angels, ascended masters, or saints, whatever you know you have communicating with you. So at this point, you want to look at behind the chakra number 8 is that little indentation where your body connects to your head. That indentation is chakra number 8. It's a grounding chakra. Is grounding you to receive. What is grounding is the information that is coming from your guides to you, and it's grounding it, because a lot of times when our guides, angels or archangels or whatever it is you have, communicates with you, they do a download, what is called a download, and it's up to you to decipher it according to what you know. Okay, this is also called the mouth of God. This chakra is called the mouth of God also because of the ability to receive that information. It's a communication from guides to you. It's a very important chakra because without this chakra, it could not open until all the chakras were open. Once you open chakra number 8, then you can start moving upwards. This chakra is right here. It's at the hairline. If you don't have a hairline, put your fingers right here on top of your, in between your eyebrows, and where it ends, that's where that chakra is at on you. So that chakra is called the angelic chakra, chakra number 9. This is the angel's chakra. This is the chakra that the angels use for protection. This is the chakra that you will receive insights. That's when you feel. That's when when you feel more than it is words. More than it is your body feeling. Is telling you you're sensing something, and you say, "Well, how did you know?" Well, I had this feeling, or I had this emotion, or I had, and it's when this chakra is open, that is what happens. There's a chakra also on the physical body that I haven't talked about much, or no, I don't think I have ever mentioned it. It is it is the earth chakra. Earth. The earth chakra is in your belly button. So when you concentrate on your belly button, this is not a chakra that you activate like that you do the other ones. This is a chakra for your grounding. When you're out here and you need to ground, you are going to put one of your fingers inside your belly button and cover it with the other hand until you feel grounded. You don't have this chakra anywhere in your paperwork because I never taught them. This chakra is, the color is brown. And the sound for that is me, M-E, me. Okay. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that chakra. No questions? Okay. Chakra number 10.
Color of angelic chakra?
Excuse me?
Is there color for the angelic chakra?
You have that on the paperwork that Virginia sent
okay.
you. I'm not covering anything like that. Okay. Chakra number 10 has to do with the God force. The God force, what I mean by that is the beginning of, or what you will term heaven. The heavens, not the heaven, heavens. The idea that you can go there, and it is one of the that's about right on top of the head, about this far, maybe 8 to 10 inches of the for the chakra. The sound for that you will notice in your in the paperwork that you received on the email. The sound is hue. The only thing I'm mentioning this at this time is because hue, when pronounced, when intoned daily over 30 minutes or so, will help you become enlightened. And at least it will take you into periods of what is called of periods of bliss. Chakra number 11 is also on the paperwork that was sent to you. Chakra number 11 is where that is used for you to astral travel. That is the silver cord. That is because you're entering other dimensions and other realms. This opens you up to that specific experience when done properly. The last chakra, chakra number 12, is called the breath of God. You don't have any tones. You do not have anything. Everything is open. You're already in the heavens. You're already able to travel there. You're already and you travel there even though you don't know you're doing it. You're just unconscious about it. The more you work with these chakras, the more conscious you become. Chakra number 12 also it's not even a sound that's going to be a breath, and you will hear it because we're going to be taping we're taping the class for that, for the entire for the tones and mudras and all of that. So when we do that, you'll be able to practice it at home, because you need to practice this daily. This is a daily thing that you need to do. I have some students that sometimes they're at home cleaning or something, and they start humming, or they start, specific chakras, but chakra number 12 is not something I can describe, only that it is your connection, your amalgamation, your unity with God. Okay. And that's how come you have to have the hue first to have the bliss. Okay. There's not much I can tell you about what is going to happen with the paperwork that Virginia sent you, other than we are doing a class, and probably within this week or next. I just need to get the people together because it needs to be a few, so you can receive the energy of the few, so you don't do it alone. Once you hear it from other people as well, it's exponentially, it empowers you to receive more. It empowers you to grow faster. Another thing that I wanted to discuss with you has to do with the chakra also. We use the chakras a lot with that do healings, and we lay our hands on people. I want you to know, and this, you need to know this for the fifth dimension also. Okay, when you're doing the circles on the chakra, when you do it counterwise, not counter, clockwise, from left to right. Clockwise is from left to right. You are putting something in you. When you do it counterclockwise, which is from right to left, you're taking something out. So when you're giving something to the robot, you go counterclockwise. Okay? And that is important. That's also when healing, when you're sending energy to a specific area, or when you're taking something out, like when somebody's in pain, like when somebody has an infection, like when somebody, and you're a healer and you're working on things that need to be unclogged, or they need a free passage, the energy needs to flow more properly. You cannot detain energy, but you can slow it down. So that's what causes illnesses. So in order for you to start working on somebody physically, you have to go counterclockwise to take something out before you put something in, before you go clockwise. Okay, this is not a healing class, so I'm not going to go through that a lot, but you do need to know this for the fifth dimensional components. When you're giving something, when you're trying to take something that is not yours, it's gonna have to be counterclockwise. In order for us to clear our bodies, before you start with all this chakra chanting, once you get your paperwork, one way to clear the body is to intone the chant that is just that clears your body, that unclogs the energies, that allows you to be in a more balanced state. Um, what clears the heart, another tone, is ha, 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 H-A-A-A-A-E, ha, to help your heart clear. Okay, that's all I want to talk about, clearing your body and your chakras in order for you to be in consciousness for 5D. Because what you need is a clearing of the body, a balancing of the body, mind, body, spirit, and the ability to open your heart. That's how come the ha. Ha. Okay. We're going to move now to the Gospel of St. Thomas. Thomas, the disciple Thomas, was one of the clearest disciples that Jesus had. He understood, because we all understand at different levels, and all the disciples are an example of what level they were at. This is specific archangel, not archangel, this is specific disciple, along with Saint Philip and Mary Magdalene. They were the highest. It's the word highest does not resonate well with me. The more open, because everybody has the same quality. So I don't want to put somebody over somebody else. Only that what they came to demonstrate was that more open heart. So with that understanding, what Saint, what the disciple Thomas did was distill what the master said on how to deal with issues, with problems, and to look at what needed to be done. So every time that you have a problem, any problem, physical, mental, spiritual, moral, he basically said he wrote 114 little sayings or little sentences or paragraphs. And when you want to practice this, you can go through them. I'm going to ask Reverend Virginia to give you the to send you the St. Thomas thing, so you can print it or see it online.
The handout.
Yes, thank you. Have you been listening, Virginia? Okay. Um, so this is the keys. There's only 3 keys that Thomas gave. Our whatever the issue is, look at the duality. What is the duality here? Why am I having a duality issue? You know, the duality will be there's an issue and I don't know how to, I am angry or whatever emotion you're having and I shouldn't be having this. And there's a duality there. Find out why you're having this issue. So you're looking at what is the duality within me that is causing this. That's not to deny whatever is happening or how you're feeling, because your feelings are always your expressions. So you need to always look at it. I'm asking you to look at this with the observer. In other words, an observer that is looking at, even though you're freaking out or you're afraid or you're in fear or you're emotional, take the observer with you. Allow allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling, but with the observer. You're no longer alone facing something, because now you're beginning to start. This is your beginning of start to this where your identification is no longer going to be just your body. It's going to start going into higher realms. So once again, the same problem, and key number 2 is fear of love. Fear of love. A lot of people don't think that they could possibly be afraid of love, but they are. I'm not talking about the love, the fuzzy feelings, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about unconditional, all-encompassing love. Because, and the reason the fear is there is because of the you lose yourself in there, and we are not comfortable with the unknown. So the fear of duality and the fear of judgment will be the third one. So you don't have to go through the thing of St. Thomas, because I believe that you will be better off dealing with your own problems, looking at these 3 things. Your fear of judgment, of how you're judging something. Should you be judging because you're spiritual? Should you be, how could this happen? No, I'm a good person. I cannot judge somebody else. Okay, why did you leave me? I needed you. Fear of love, and that's a different kind of love. Through all of these chakra healings, you will be able to enter other realms and communicate in other realms. I think that this is important for the people that would like to see people that have crossed. Anyhow, so we have fear of love, we have fear of judgment, and the duality. And that goes for every issue and every problem. And once you look at that through these lenses, and ask for clarity. You're going to balance yourself first, all your chakras. Then you're going to start, because at this point, then you're able to receive through your grounding chakra, which is the 8th chakra, through your 9th chakra, which is your guides, your angelic realm, through the 10th chakra, which is the God source. Okay, and so on. So you have opened that. Once you start asking questions about how to solve a problem, become balanced, balance your chakras, and then ask for clarification after you did, and then you look at this with those 3 questions, with how is this affecting me? If you cannot understand or you're still lost in the that you still cannot receive an answer, I will say go back and balance again, because you're not balanced. Either you went too fast or something happened, but you will always get some kind of a message. It might be an intuition thing, it might be a feeling, it might be, like I said, it could be an angel who they use feelings, or it could be a guide, they use words, or it could be your higher self, which is a download. Most of your downloads comes from the angelic realm and up. But we all do that. We all get them, but we're unconscious and we're not paying attention to what is happening within us. As I come, is a good idea to disqualify that which you're not. Not this, not mine. So I will open out the, I was not going to open it, but I'm going to open a window for questions. I know that I gave you information, but information that is good for you, but I also need to have you express. That's part of my class always. I was not going to do it, and I'm being told that I need to do it. So I am opening the floor. So Virginia, do you have any questions or any clarifications or anything?
You clarified what I did have.
Which was?
The syllable for the heart is H-A, ha. Is that correct?
H-A-A-A-A.
Ha. Okay.
All right, thank you. Sam?
Yeah, so the last thing we just talked about is when we are having a problem or issue, go through the 3-step process.
After you balance your chakras, after you became clear, do not ask those questions because before that, because your ego will take over. Okay. And you will get, a funny answer, not necessarily a true statement. Liliana?
Well, I wanted to make sure that I understood you correctly. I wasn't aware that when you give to the robot, it's always counterclock.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then the other question is, I'm not sure that I know exactly what you mean when you say duality.
Duality. I am a good person, although sometimes I can be bad. I don't know why I'm feeling angry when I'm spiritual. Things like that, opposites. I'm not talking about something else. I'm talking just about actual opposites on Like, for example, a lot of times we want to clear a problem, but we can't because we're not really clearing our stuff. We're trying to clear somebody else. That's an opposite. You do not clear somebody else's problems, and that's just an example. Another example would be something that you do not want to do, but you have to do to make a compromise, to talk to live with somebody, or to have a good relationship, or even have a relationship. That's that's a minus on your side. You have put yourself on hold. And I'm talking here to everybody, to all the people that have relationships, and I don't care if they're a husband and wife, or mother child, or friends and relatives. I'm talking any relationship that you may have. Every time that you go and put somebody in front of you and said, okay, never mind me, I can do this, you can do a lot of things. You are capable of responsibility, the ability to respond. But a lot of times we don't want to really better ourselves. We want to, change somebody else. And the problem there is that that person will continue to be there. Or if that person left, somebody else will take its place. So deal with it. It's a lot easier to deal with that. Let's say my boyfriend left me, and I don't want to feel the loneliness, and I don't want to feel, but when I got clear, I realized that I'm the one emanating that love to something or someone, whether it's a dog, a cat, a pet, a loved one. They didn't make you feel that. You chose to feel those feelings for a specific person or a specific thing, and you're still following that, thinking that they made you feel what you felt. Okay, it's a very big wake up call. Understand that your feelings emanate from you. The other person didn't grab you and say, okay, give me those feelings. Okay? And they came and worked with you. For those people that are separated, or those people that still have and will continue to have a partner, realize that if you're going to do something, don't look at yourself. That person can change if you allow the change within you. Otherwise, they're going to be continuously saying, okay, look at yourself. Resolve what's in you first, then the outside will change. When I feel loss, okay, we're having somebody right now in our group that is about to lose the mother. So when we have grief, which is tomorrow's class, on how to deal with our feelings, it is okay to feel that. It is okay to be in that space, whether it's a physical loss or a distance loss. When you truly love somebody, you cannot separate. I don't care if it was your first wife, your second husband, your third, whatever, the feeling will always be there by the two of you. Because love truly never dies. So if you can connect to that love, you can bring it forth. You can start emanating the love that you gave that person to him, and for him to and wait for him to mirror it back to you, and then you will feel that love. In the same, this is the same with distance, but a lot of times we're also afraid of other things. Okay, my boyfriend left, and now I have all these bills and I have all these things, and I'm not sure what to do with myself. Okay, what do I do then? Uh, do I stay in this relationship because of what is happening? Because of my fears. Once again, you need to look at your fears. You need to look at you, not the other person, because the other person may leave, or you might, do a good cleansing on getting rid of that person, but somebody else will come and will either be about the same or worse. So clear the field, clear yourself. Anything else? Anyone? Donna? No. Okay.
Now, this is a review for me, and it's very helpful as a review because I lost my notes, as you know. So
Right.
that was the part that we didn't record, that I was in class with you. So this was
Right.
very helpful. It was a review.
Right. I mean, I'm not talking to anyone in specific. When I'm giving these examples, it's for anyone in any relationship, in any distancing, whether it's physical, whether the person passed, whether the person left you, whether you left or you didn't want to leave, or any of those. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. I'm talking about any relationship, especially friends that are very good to you, friends that are helped you through a time. Um, and then comes the time where you grew up enough and either they go away and somebody else comes better, or that person will step up to the plate that you've been looking for without having to change anything. And that is possible, but you cannot fix them. As a matter of fact, it will be worse if you try to fix them. You have to fix yourself. And that's the problem. We don't want to. We want the other person to change. And that's really where the problem is. Or, I can lament somebody being gone from my life. And I did. And it took me a long time to get over that. But it was an ascension process. This person had already completed all of the physical lives, was the best example I could have ever asked for of mastery. And it was a teacher. So when that person left, I was so used to having this go back and forth, and it wasn't there. So it was a very close relationship, but so when she left, I felt a void. I was not in a like, okay, who do I turn to? What do I do? What when you're in any relationship, friendship or otherwise, there's a routine with that person. But when that routine stops, how do I go forth? I have not, for a long time, I didn't learn how to be myself because I was so into teacher mode, teacher student, that for a long time. And that's what happened. Um, give yourself time to grieve, but at the same time, once, let's say you have half a year or a year and you go through this, and then start looking for that connection again, because that connection will be there. This teacher taught me how to contact that, but it had to be done through doing the daily work with the chakras and doing and waking up. Everything is possible. Uh, but what I will say to you is that after that relationship of teacher-student was gone. It's not that I needed to look for the same person at that point. That person left me for a few years for me to look to continue my life as a human being. And the only thing she did was support me through the steps that I was going through. I didn't know she was doing that, but it was evident later on for me. I could not see it before. So that's for people that are gone. And I am very aware. When I celebrate birthdays and things, I eat something and she can experience that what I'm eating, and she'll say, well, what about a bite of that? Or what about a drink of this? And it is really an awesome experience. Okay, well, enough about me. Anybody else has any questions? I guess that's it.
Angie,
Yeah.
Angie, just let me look. The last thing that you said before you sought for questions was that we all get downloads. We're just not everybody's paying attention, and so
Right.
you're not aware of them most of the time. Be careful to disqualify what is not. Did I understand that correctly? So,
Okay, wait. You said be careful. What? I missed the.
this be careful to disqualify what is not. That do you mean there that when we become aware of the downloads, do we also have to be careful to be able to discover which ones are real downloads and which ones apply to us, or which ones are from
Okay,
versus
I got it. Okay, so you're saying when we get downloads and because you're very psychic, um, you're very psychic. You're just not as aware as you are psychic. So I'm asking that you pay attention to what is running through your mind. Sometimes what is running through your mind might seem like a storyline, and we all have those. Pay attention because that's something that is being told to you for you to look at, rather than all of this. And it's usually not a story that is bad or it has any drama, or it's just facts and things, and we all get those, and we need to pay attention. A lot of times we just discard them because we think that they are not of any value. They're just thoughts passing by. So I'm asking you to pay attention to what's going through your mind.
could I add a little more to my clarification?
Yeah.
In terms of my own experience, I'm constantly seeing stories through experiences. Like, they're not coming really through my mind. They're coming through, through experiences, and I get really excited about it because they have messages. Is that are those? I mean, are those the downloads? Is that what a download looks like? I mean, I know that
Yes.
you don't know what.
Well, the download here is your awareness of what is going on outside, because everything out here is telling you what you need to look at.
Okay, so wherever I see it, it's okay. It's just that I make those connections, that I see it. That I
Make the connection, and instead of seeing it outwardly, bring it in.
yeah.
What does that has to do with you?
Yeah.
Everything outside of you, everything. I don't care what it is.
Yeah. That's
Bring it in.
happening.
A lot of times you have issues and people fighting or this or that. Take it in. Say, that's not me, but something in me is participating in receiving this information. I was with a friend the other day, to give you an example. We went to Publix to buy something to eat and bring it home. This friend lives closer to the church, to the Unity. and we were just gonna have a dinner together. And I drove up there with her, and I finished my shopping, and she was still, she was right behind me, but I left, went into the car and put my things up. She stayed behind, and she noticed, and she had been noticing everybody who was not wearing a mask, and she was freaking out. And then the person right behind her was not wearing a mask, and she told her to do this, that, the other, and there was an altercation. And then the other woman's husband got involved, and now there was two, and then the clerks got involved, and then all the people that were involved. And she says, you left me there. And I'm going, I didn't know I had to protect you or something. The reason that I left is because I had nothing to do to see. Not everybody gets to experience the same things. Even though I was with her, I left because that was not I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to look at within me. But all the people involved there, they needed to look within themselves. I'm not saying that anyone was wrong. All I'm saying is that they got into altercations, and so when something happens outside of you and your messages are coming from outside of you, that's because you're not listening internally. So they're coming out here to express. So now your daughter or your dog or your husband comes out and starts that specific thing that you need to look at. And then, so it is a good idea that you pay attention if you're not really being that clear in your mind. Like I said, the awareness, and then you need to see it, but you're acknowledging as being seen outside. So that is good. So they're both good.
Do I have a minute to explain, to share an example that I'm curious about? Do I have a minute to?
Yes, you do.
Like recently, I was really struggling in my heart with a decision about my daughter, and then I had this opportunity that came to me to go tubing with her, and the message that I had been getting from different directions was that in order for both of us to fly, we have to separate. We're too close. We're too together. So when we went tubing, she wanted to be tied to my tube, and I said yes. But then the guy that was guiding us on the adventure said, if you go together, you're going to hit every rock, and you're going to get stuck at every rock. So we went separately, but then my daughter fell off the tube, and I was trying to hang on to rocks and trying to see and make sure she was okay. And I couldn't see her, and the current just kept pushing me forward. So I just realized there's nothing I can do. I trust. I just have to trust, and I have to keep looking forward ahead of me, because otherwise I'm going to also I'm going to get hurt. I have to trust that she's going to be okay. And next thing I know, she comes on her tube. She had been off of her tube, but she did float underwater and everything, but a rock had caught her tube. She was able to grab it and get back on it, and she caught up with me. And after that experience, I just thought, I just got my answer. This is showing me that I have to trust, that I can't be, that she's gonna be okay, so anyway, this is just like, is that a download? Is that what a download is? Is kind of observation where an experience gives me information that seems to me like an answer to a turmoil.
Okay. Hold on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Downloads come through you, and you know them. What you're seeing outside is because you're not paying attention to what is coming through you. So now it's vividly outside of you. What is the universe is trying to tell you is that she doesn't need mommy 24/7, that she is protected, that she is okay on her own,
Mhm.
And that basically the message here is that you have to trust you. And by that means that you trust the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. And so but I didn't get it as a download. I got it from outside because I
Right,
wasn't hearing it in
right,
here. In
exactly.
here, it was like a mess. Like I was, yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Sam,
Yes, different topic. It's about grief.
Marta, hold on a second. Marta, can you mute yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah, it's about grief. Early tomorrow morning will be 1 year since my son passed away.
Right.
And I feel his presence, but I haven't seen him, which sometimes I do, or actually talked or heard anything. Is there any way to for me to ready myself to connect on a different level?
I lost you. And the reason I lost you is not your fault. What happened is everybody disappeared from my screen. It's one
Okay.
of those occasions where and my attention went somewhere else.
Okay.
Can you please repeat what you said? What I heard you say was that tomorrow is going to be the 1 year anniversary of your son's passing. That that you want to communicate with him in a way that it's that you don't feel freaked out.
No, not that I don't freak out, because it won't freak me out. I've communicated with people before,
Okay.
but I've had no visions or audio communication with him. I know he's here,
Right.
and around, but that's as close as I get. Where, I've been closer and felt him closer in my heart and like that. So is there any way that I can ready myself or open myself up more to see him, feel him?
Your son thinks it's too soon.
He what?
Your son thinks that it is too soon. He thinks that by what you're doing right now, the way you're feeling him, and the way you're acknowledging him, it's enough for right now. He doesn't want to get you accustomed to his. He wants you to move forward because he thinks that you have done a lot of progress in the time before and after after he left. He's he wants to communicate with you. He is communicating with you at all times. He says if you really want to have a closer communication, try to do the chants all the way to the 11th chakra, which is the astral realm.
Okay.
And the chakra for the astral realm is Kadosh.
Kadosh.
And Kadosh, but it's done in two different inhalations and exhalations. It is
Low.
Stop, you're not listening. You're
Okay.
interrupting what I'm trying to teach you.
Okay. Okay.
Kado. I breathe again and then go. It's Ka, K-A,
Oh.
D-O-S-H.
Okay.
Ka do. And the last exhalation is the SH until your breath runs out. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You don't have to do the 12 one, but that will take you into the astral realms.
Thank you.
Mhm. And then that's up to him, not up to you, whether he wants to be seen or not, because he has done that. You become from the same place that we both go to, and we see things and we do things and we talk to people that have crossed. So I know that you know. So the reason you're not seeing him is because he's unavailable to you at this time on the physical, not that he's not with you, he's right there with you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank
He will be there, but he said he will be there most of the day, if not all day.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, give me a second here while I you're in the when I'm talking about fifth dimensional stuff. First of all, we're coming from the heart. So once you start aligning your chakras and you're coming from the heart, once that heart is open, once your eighth chakra is open, once all of your channels are open, then light comes in through both through the eighth, through the seventh and sixth chakras. And all the ones in between, they're coming through and they go right to the heart. They don't stop at the brain, they don't stop at the mind, they go right to the heart. That opens your heart. The reason I'm talking about the heart is because we are coming from the heart when we're talking about fifth dimensional living. You're gonna hear me talk tomorrow a little bit about fifth dimension and how to process things. Well, I have these plans at this point, but I never know where my class is gonna take me. Okay, I had other plans. I was not going to do any questions, but I was told that people needed to ask questions. We all learn when any one of us asks a question. That's why when Virginia was saying, "Oh, I already got it," I wanted to know what she got. So in case everybody else needed to know. So please don't hesitate to ask questions. So once again, the heart is the main focus. We're like electromagnetic beings. Our thoughts are electric. Our heart vibration is magnetic, electromagnetic. When both of those things are in coherence, then that's when we're able to manifest correctly. But not only that, when you're manifesting from the heart, you are actually living that space that is, you're going to hear part of tomorrow's class. So we have two timelines right now. We have the timeline of the third dimension and we have the timeline of the fifth dimension. And as we are going forward in time, they're beginning to separate. Right now, we're going back and forth. And it's up to you to find out where you want to or end up being. You want to end up being on the third dimension or on the fifth dimension. Fifth dimension requires that you stay there as much as possible. And what that entails is coming from the heart. You may have angry moments, grief moments, sad moments, um, frustrating moments, but take your observer with you. Always take, at this point, I'm asking everybody to take the observers with you, wherever you go and whatever you do, whatever you're thinking, you know. And the reason for that is because we are trying to eliminate the stinking thinking. Okay? So when I tell you that you're coming from the heart on any issue, is after you balance your chakras, and the more you balance your chakras, or you can even stay with one tone, like suddenly I can go somewhere and I said, you know, I feel like I'm not grounded enough, and I go me, or grab my navel, or grab my earth chakra that I was describing earlier. So it is important that you ground yourself. When we open our heart chakra, we have a tendency to fluctuate, not being grounded, because we are opening other dimensions. So at this point, the earth chakra is important. To be able to bring into context what you know. In other words, you're perfectly balanced after the toning. Then you start to, if you have a problem or an issue or something you want to see in a different way that is more beneficial to you, then you ask the 3 questions that I told you about, the 3 questions from Saint Thomas. The 3 questions get clear so you can see clearly what is happening. Once you get the clarity, don't act before any of that. Once you're clear, you're able to move forward with any issue. So at this point, I'm going to insist that people ground more. You can do that with the earth chakra. You're also going to do that with what is called the hook. And that is putting your finger, one of your fingers, the one that you already used for the earth chakra, with the finger in your belly button. But the other hand, instead of putting it on top of that, of the other one, I need you to have one hand on your belly button and the other one on your forehead, and then breathe in and pull up. Breathe deeply and exhale out. That helps you ground and come back here to your shoulders. Okay, and go like this. So you're gonna do the earth chakra. You're gonna do the pulling, and then you're gonna come down here and do this. And Jerry, I don't know if you got the part where you put your finger on your belly button like we did on the earth chakra, and the other hand, instead of putting it on top of the other hand, you're gonna come up here to the forehead and pull up as you're breathing in deeply. Okay, what that does is you're calming your the guard at the door, the reptilian brain that is on top of everything, that won't allow things to happen to you, that that is afraid of everything. So even when things are good, because it doesn't know that they're good, it's going to try to stop you. So we always use lines that run with meridians. The meridians in your body is what the acupuncturists use to move your chi energy through your body. Also, your acupuncturist. Chi energy at this point is what, for those of us that feel the effects of the shift change that is happening in our world, and we feel more tired or more, if you have a tendency to have issues in because you are depressed or dealing with loss or dealing with whatever you're dealing with that puts you in a state of not feeling your best, this is the time to do these things, because if when you do this, can you see me? When you do this, you begin to calm your nervous system. When you do this, both hands over your right here, non-separated, and then pull apart this way. Okay. After you do 3 of those, then go here, and then behind your 8th chakra, and hold, Sam. Okay, and we're not going to do this for the required amount, but you need to have that for at least 3 minutes. And when you do that, you start to feel better. When somebody else is doing it to you, it feels very soothing. Once again, we're working with all of the meridians when we do this. So if you're gonna do it to yourself, go ahead and continue doing it or whatever, but it takes at least 3 minutes, and you actually stop when you feel like stopping. This calms you. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about sadness, grief, and all of that in the class. I think that's what I'll be talking about. Don't hold me to that. I don't know. So I'm being told I was gonna do other things, but I'm being told not to. Okay.
Angie, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Martha, can you see me? Am I there?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can see. I can hear you.
Just I want to clarify the grounding one, that it's like this, and with the belly button and pulling up.
And pull up.
Is before you said ground chakra. Was there something to do before this part?
Yes, you do the grounding, the earth chakra first before
Which
you
is
go into this. And the
which
earth chakra is you put one finger in your belly button
with the
and
hand on top.
cover it with the other hand.
Okay, so basically do
If
that.
if you need a color, the color is brown.
Brown. Then okay, got it. So then it's that belly button thing, this belly button thing, and then the last thing was I can't remember.
No, the last thing is this is
This.
right. This is for you to calm yourself down. Okay, put your entire hand, cover your entire forehead and the back of your neck right there at that indentation. Cover the whole thing there. And that is to calm you down, your emotions, your energy, when you want to be at peace. And it really helps. Has anybody done that or have it done to them? Virginia, share the experience, please.
Well, I've been guided to do it when I'm doing energy work. And then for myself, especially putting my hand there right at the hairline, at the top center of the forehead on the hairline. That's a calming place there. And then
That's
your
also
hand where the spine goes into the skull, that's the eighth. If you just hold both of those, like she said, and then of course if you want to do some slow breathing with it, and just hold that until you feel your energy shift. And it works if you're, if you can help somebody else too that's need to be calmed, if they'll let you do this and just say breathe gently, and you hold those spots for them or for yourself.
thank you. So did that answer you, Marta?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Angie,
Yes.
I believe that we have an energy medicine handout that you gave us way back. Do you want me to share that with them? Because that's got the hookup and some other things.
Yeah, that would be good. It will be good for them.
The
It's
only
an
question,
energy, it's an energy handout that Virginia is going to give us from a previous class that I gave.
yeah,
I thought about giving a class again. I had a huge class. I think there was 34, 35 people. I did a tapping class. I my version of tapping and consolidated. I like to consolidate things. I don't like things all over the place. So what I'm going to do with you, I am asked to review a little bit of what I was talking about before the Martha asked me the question. I need to be excused for a second. I need some water.
thank you, Virginia, for sharing that example. And how long do you do it for? Like,
As long as it takes, like she said, for about 3 minutes sometimes, but you or the person you're working with will feel the shift. Just do it as long as it takes to get you calm.
okay. And then the one of the hook, the one of the sequence where you go
The
like
same
this.
thing. And the hookup, I'm trying to remember because I've used it for years. I use my middle finger, and I put the middle finger, lift the navel with that, and then lift the third eye with the other one. And it also gets you very grounded and balanced. It's and when you do that, it actually boosts your energy. Although you're calm, the energy's boosted. But it's on that sheet I'll send you.
Thinking you
Okay.
mean like minutes? Well, okay, 3 minutes.
Okay.
Like,
We're stopping this conversation. You will get the information on your sheet. I need to be very explicit on what the fifth dimension is. So I needed to have that time to answer questions. Now, the fifth dimension is not has not been separated from the third at this point, but it is going to be. We're going to split from the third to the fifth. And I suggest that if you don't like what's going on at this time in this world, that you quickly align with the fifth dimension. Okay, there's too many things going on this thing. But I do have a good message for tomorrow, and I have some good news. So that's tomorrow. So because we're coming out of love, on the fifth dimension because you try to remain there, because you're carrying your observer with you and taking it with you wherever you go, and become more controlled, that you do not let your thoughts control you or your feelings, but you control them, because you know that you're being that was a program, and you let it go. And the reason that you let it go is the reason I did a robot to the side. It has to be a robot. It cannot be a Roomba or a or somebody said give it to the Holy Spirit and all of this and that. What happens then? You become judgmental. Am I worthy enough for the Holy Spirit to take this? Am I, who want to take this? Or if it's a robot and you use a program and your mind, the more that you do it with a robot, the more in your mind starts to link what is happening in your mind with a robot. Like, okay, this is not mine. I'm just acting like a robot. So you quit acting like a robot and you give that to the robot. Remember that is counterclockwise. Remember that it involves all the 7 physical chakras. So we go like this. The crown chakra, the eye chakra, and I go all the way here to my nose. And I go like counterclockwise. And then I go through my, throw it out or put it to the side. Sometimes I slam it down, but I'm giving it to the robot. I'm not saying I'm giving this to the robot. I'm saying that, not my truth, because it's not my truth. And then I take the chakra that is on the throat and the heart, because those are the chakras that we have the most trouble with. And the reason for that is because we are afraid sometimes to speak, or are afraid sometimes to love. Or because, then they leave you and then you're afraid, or you're in trouble because you don't know how to react, because that's all you've done all your life, etc. So you're gonna go from the mouth here, counterclockwise, to under your chest, just under your chest. Okay? Then you're gonna go counterclockwise, and then you're gonna give it to the robot. Then you're gonna take the last 3 chakras, your solar plexus, which is in front, is right on top of the navel, a couple of inches and up. And you're gonna take your lunar chakra, which is the sacral chakra, which is 2 fingers underneath your belly, and then the root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. And you're going to go again counterclockwise and dunk it, or put it to the side. I used to play basketball, so I like to dunk things. Okay.
Can we do that one more time, that whole series?
You want me to repeat the whole thing?
Please.
The 7th and the 6th chakra, counterclockwise, go by the nose, over the head, not just here, over the head, by the nose, counterclockwise, throw it out. Then you're gonna go over here from there to underneath your chest, and you're gonna go again counterclockwise, and you're gonna throw it out, and then you're gonna go to the last 3 chakras and do the same thing.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm unclear on which way is counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise is left to right. Like when you're opening a bottle, a cap, and if you go this way, it's clockwise. When you're going to close it, it's clockwise. When you're going to open it, it's counterclockwise. In you, if you're sitting, whatever you're sitting, go from left to right. No, I'm sorry, from right to left.
Right to left is what?
Counterclockwise.
Martha, it's like when you're sitting looking straight ahead, imagine you're looking at a clock and go right to left, backwards,
Okay.
as if the hands were going backwards.
Like that the clock is in front of me. That I got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. What this is teaching us, and at the same time is getting away and deprogramming you from what society has taught you. You begin to see things a little bit more clear each time that you do that. When do you do that? When you feel unsafe, when you feel out of sorts, when you are no longer at peace. And I don't care if it's a thought or a feeling, address the feeling. Remember, you're addressing thought with these two chakras, the seventh and the sixth. You're addressing emotions from your throat and your heart. You're addressing fears, feelings from your underneath your chest to the end of your spine. So each one has a source of because everything that is happening to you is not only mental, it's emotional and it's physical because you have cellular memory. That cellular memory, okay, you throw out. Now the last step of this, you're gonna go from head up here, about this far. Go from the head to under the spinal column, about a foot under your spinal column and come back around. This is called the unplugging, the taking the charge out. You're gonna do that explicitly in that manner. 7 and 6, and then 5 and 4, and then 3, 2, 1, and then complete sweep out. While you're doing this, you are going to become more clear and more, you're able to manage your life in a better sense. And I need to know for sure that you know what I'm talking about when I say, let's say that I had a problem with, I don't have problems, that I perceived that I had a problem, regardless of what it was. And my mind was speaking to me about this problem. It's not my truth. But my mind was speaking about a problem because it's already on cellular memory. My job at that point is to discharge all of that. The mental, the emotional, the physical, and the charge. When I don't follow these instructions, I never clear anything completely. And each issue or problem that you may have, you have to do this. And the easier it becomes to you, like it doesn't take but 10 seconds for me. It's more like, yeah, not mine, not mine, not mine. I mean, it took less than 10 seconds for me to do that. If you are with people, you do it mentally, because your mind doesn't know the difference whether it's really happening or if you're doing it. And what we're addressing at this point is the mind and the cellular memory. Once the mind is engaged, the other two will comply to, once the mind says, okay, this is happening, then the whole body gets engaged. Okay. Any questions?
I have one, Angie. I heard you say that the throat and the heart is about emotional clearing. Is that right?
Yes,
And what is the top one, the crown and the third eye?
it's the talking part.
Talking? Is
And
it
words. It's the words. It's um the
verbal?
things that are linear, the things that I don't want to see, the things that scare me, the things that but they are vocal. I start hearing the thought. So I mean, what you will understand as thought is a thought. It's the thought coming in. When you have a tape going through your head, that you can't stop thinking about a specific thing. I don't care what it is. I call it the tape, the 3-minute tape. It starts and it runs the story and it starts and it runs the story. That needs to go because that is aiding a lot of other issues underneath it. That's one of the main points that is keeping you stuck. So when you have a storyline that is continuing, yep, 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 and the same story over and over and over again. They might change a little bit of words here and there, and you start replaying it. That needs to go. Those are the first things that need to go. Remember that only once you start this process, you start waking up. You're starting at a 95% unconscious beings over here. As you continue to clear, you start waking up more and more and more. That's what we term waking up. When you're no longer being run by programs, where you can be who you truly are without any impediment, obstructions, or things that don't allow you to be you. And it's not that they're not allowing you, it's your programming that is not allowing you. If you are uncomfortable, if you are in pain, if you are in whatever situation that you're frustrated or angry or resentful or whatever, put the emotion there. You're running by a program. We came here to experience things, but we knew we were coming into this life that had all these teachings, all these programmings and all these things. But we thought that we were smart enough to deprogram ourselves and to really live a life that was a spiritual life. Right now, we are attempting to be spiritual. And the more we do this, the more spiritual means I'm going back to my spirit. I am a spirit having a human experience. I don't want to have a warped human experience. It's not my destiny because I came here to not only wake up, but to wake up, as many people as I can. And not necessarily by teaching them, but by being an example. How do you do this? How do you stay calm? Um, how do you stay happy? What makes you, I want what you have. Um, and this is everybody's in this world wants to be happy, and everybody in this world wants to be loved. Those are the major needs in this world. Love me, including flowers, including things that are alive. Love me, love me, love me. You know, uh, when we are so secure in ourselves that you can say I love you to everybody, the better that you're able to express that, the freer you are to be yourself. But when you actually mean it, when you say, come here, give me a hug, come here, let me love you, that's basically what somebody might be saying to you. You're worth, I believe you're You're unique. I believe that you are this expression, this facet, this diamond facet of God that is in expression. I enjoy your company. I accept you where you're at, regardless of what it is. But see, we are so afraid to let go and let somebody, and you say, and what if they take advantage? And what if they cross the line? And what if, okay, what if? And what if you drop your guard? And what if you allow love to flow through you? And what if you inundate somebody in love? And what if that other person relaxes? And what if that other person starts enjoying your company? It's a big um, step up. A lot of people have a different experience of what enlightenment is. Enlightenment is nothing more than the ability to be yourself. And yourself includes so many different things because you're not just that body. That's something you occupy. Like you occupy a car or a dress or pants, objects to work with. So what feels like it feels like taking away your personality, but it really isn't, because your personality is all programs. Who are you? You don't know yet, because you have not. You're just now starting your path into which area you want to manifest. We all came in with different gifts, and no one in this earth that is alive, no matter how small or how big, uh, we do this. We are all needed because we all have a representation, something to present that is of that is needed at this point in this world. You have no knowledge of that because you are still asleep to a point. So, but if you're here, there is a spiritual reason. There is a spiritual truth about you that needs to come out if you want to express that. And then there's that the people that have left us, parents, mothers, husbands, wives, whatever. Uh, it was their time to go. My teacher, it was her time to go. My mom, my grandmother, all of them, they have other jobs and they are aiding us from the astral to here. They're the ones that if you need something, they might not be the ones doing it, but they're the ones that are gonna go get somebody who can help you, whatever help is available. So don't think for a moment that they left you, only that they're bringing you different types of help. I'm sitting here with one of you because one of your beloved asked me to invite you here. And I contacted that person, and that's because this person thought that this person should be here. And so I followed suit, and that's why you're here. They are not leaving you. There's no other place to be. For those of us that incarnated in human form, we are for, even when we pass on ourselves, we will be doing the same. We will be helping. So fifth dimension has a lot to do with love, and only love, because love heals all things. Love is what you are, not something that you want to be or something that you want to express. That is you. That is your if you want to have a personality, have the personality of love. You know, if you have to put it in those words. And it's not that you can't do it, we are all bad, but we don't believe it because we see ourselves with a minus. You know, this world started programming us from the moment we were born. You came in and you have either the original sin or you have karma or you have something that is a minus already. The moment you just came out, hello, you're a child of the, you know, original sin. You're a child of how many lives have you lived? I mean, how many more corrections do you have to do? Don't buy into that. Don't buy into that. If you do, you will have reincarnate. If you do, you will have no choice but to reincarnate. There are other places, there are other dimensions that are a lot easier to navigate, a lot more loving to navigate, a lot more. Each dimension has its facets. Um, everything is here for you, but you need to be awake enough to know what is being offered to you at this time. There's a lot of things happening right now in this world, but I will address that tomorrow. What I would like to do now is I'm going to do some affirmations, and I want you to affirm what back with me. I know I won't hear you, but I would like you to say it out loud where you can hear yourself. Is that okay? Okay. What happened to Irma? I see Irma's lights. Oh, there you are. Okay. Repeat after me. Every day, I experience new reasons to feel safe. Every day, my sense of safety grows. Every day, I feel more confident that I can feel more, and then I can feel more safe. I am open to feeling safe. I am willing to feel safe. I am choosing to feel safe. And I release everything else. And I release everything else. And I release everything else. Breathing deep as you raise your arms. Release everything as you exhale and let it go. Bring your hands down. Grab your dominant hand and say peace. Peace, be still. Peace. Peace, be still. It's okay for me to have some me time. I am love. I am loving. I am truth. I know when people speak the truth. I am safety. I am cool, calm, and collected. Every breath that I take calms me. And every breath that I exhale takes away tension. Every cell in my body is relaxed and oozes calmness. I love myself deeply and unconditionally. I am confident about solving life's problems successfully. I transcend stress of any kind. I live in peace. I am social and I like meeting people. All is well in my world and I am safe. With every breath, I release the anxiety within me, and I become more calm. My future is good, and I look forward to it in hope and happiness. Life is wonderful. I trust in the source to live a well-lived life. I overcome my fear of anything. I live my life in peace. I acknowledge the only constant in my life is change, and I am prepared for it. I am feeling healthy and strong today. I am loved, loving, and lovable. I have the courage to make this a great day. My body is healing and improving every day. Everything works out for my highest good. I choose to see the best side of people and circumstances. Again, I choose. I make a positive difference for someone today. Everything I need comes to me at the right time. I am grateful and content with my life. And so it is. I am happy and content and calm and cool and collected. Okay, I'm opening the floor the last few minutes. I can't hear you. I cannot hear anybody.
The last 1 minute.
The last, well, yeah. If somebody had a question, I was going to answer it. Okay.
I just want to say, Angie, thanks for all that positivity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Everybody else? Any questions, Marta? Sam? Was everything
Well,
explained to you?
so the robot is the pre-programming that we come with, and we just like the robot is that what that is?
Right,
I
but
get
you're, as you throw things out, they can no longer influence you the way they did. So next time that happens, your brain will be, oh, that's, no, that's not my truth, immediately. It's not like oh my God, I forgot that wasn't my truth. If you already did it once, you start waking up faster and faster for everything you throw out. But you have
Okay,
to
and that
do it.
movement
You
that
have to do it completely.
what do you mean by completely?
Do all the circles, all the
Okay, and then the
chakras, and then the last one.
in the moment, and also when you yeah, and okay, when you do the circles that you're showing when you go like this, is that counterclockwise as
If
well?
every time,
Yeah.
listen, and you needed to write this down. I said, when you go counterclockwise is when you're taking things out. When you
Okay.
do things that are clockwise, you're putting things in.
Okay.
One thing that I did not cover, and I'm glad you asked the question, is after you did all that, put both hands in your heart and say, and my truth is, of whatever you discarded, my truth is I'm whole. My truth is I'm health and I'm healthy. My truth is I'm harmony and I'm harmonious in expression. I choose harmony. I choose perfect health. I choose. Key word here is choose. I choose, because that is your power on this earth. If you learn nothing else tonight, that is a key. Choosing is your power. When you do it in clarity, all things have got to come together for you. I choose.
Okay, Angie, when you get rid of this stuff, you have to get rid of it in the moment that you notice it, and also when you go back and clean.
Right.
Is that
You have to do
basically
it in the moment. You have to do it because that's when the observer is pointing to you. This is happening. You acknowledge it then, and you throw it out then. And that's how come I told you, if you're with people, make sure that you do it mentally. It doesn't take that long.
okay?
What I experienced though is sometimes when I go to take the charge out, I have little tendrils going all over my body, and it's not just in one place. So I'm going, da, da, da. When I do the last one, I will take it out as many times as I feel that needs until I feel clear of that. Mhm. The reason I want people to get this is because I have somebody as a student that has no idea what I mean by the fifth dimension. And that's a shame because it's not really that hard. The fifth dimensional, it requires of is that you be loving, that you choose again. What the Course in Miracles says, choose again. If you don't like what you're seeing, if you don't like what is happening, choose again. What are you choosing? You're choosing to be peaceful. You're choosing to be loving. You're choosing to be in harmony. You're choosing well-being for you and for everybody else. You're choosing to bless the world, not to curse the world. We are so trained on division. That's one of the major programmings. And we start attacking. We start attacking without knowing that that hurts us, that puts us in the third dimension, that puts us in the same category of their choices. They're choosing that. So let's choose a little higher frequency to be able to lift in harmony and lift up. Okay, that's it. Anybody else? One final question and I'm done. If there is any questions.
I have one. You were saying tomorrow you're going to be doing some things, and I have a 9 o'clock in the morning Zoom and then a 1:30 Zoom. At the 1 o'clock, are we going to be able to, if we come in on the thing on time, get to do something? And then should I come in if I'm only going to be able to be there about a half hour, or should I not, so that I don't disturb the group?
You can come in at any time. You know, these classes are being recorded.
Super cool. Thank you. And thank you for tonight.
Okay.
I'm not
Anybody
sure
else?
Yeah, I'm
And
not sure if I'm gonna make it or not. I'm gonna try to get in on my phone and see if I can.
Okay. And you don't need to move that much. Any of you to go from one to the other one, as long as I can hear you. You know, the only difference is if I don't see you, I'm continuously sending you energy for you to absorb. If I don't see you, it's not as easy for me. I just see a blank space there, like there's nobody there. That's the only difference. So with that being said, I am going to close this and I will see you guys tomorrow.
I'll
Okay.
send out the email.
I'm sorry?
I'll send out the email to everyone with the link
Yes, I mean,
For
we are
tomorrow.
having,
for tomorrow.
so
So-
we're having that class.
So yeah, I'm
It's
just
the
letting
same
everybody know.
link.
You'll get an email from me. Watch for my email.
And it's the same
Okay.
link.
It's the same thing all the time, so you don't even have to look for the email. Just click on the same link.
But it's
Uh,
a reminder.
It's a
Yeah.
reminder, but it's also, it might, we might want to add something to the information on the email, and sometimes we do. It's not the same email you received, the very first email you received. By now it has addendums and things to it. So make sure you read your emails if you, just in case that there is something new added to them. I do also have the link in a separate, I've saved it so well that I can't find it. You know, I said I'm just gonna click on the link, but I'm such a good saver. You know, it will be saved till the day. You know, never mind. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, namaste. Blessings to all.
Thank you.
Mhm.